Hey, it's the Fort Worth Playboy.
And my Playboys Bunny.
And today's topic is how to get a girl locked in with sex. Because this is one of those things that guys outside the game, they have no concept of this.
No.
And guys in game kind of might stumble on it, but it's actually a technique that actually works.
I feel like the guys who stumble on it do it without realizing what they've done.
Yeah, exactly. So locking a girl in on sex. So let me give you an example. So a guy wrote into me in my direct messaging, and he said, "There's a girl who's an acquaintance, and we had a one-night stand, and we even fucked the next morning. Then a couple weeks later, I reached out to her to hook up again, and she said that she really wasn't looking for a friends with benefits situation right then.
Right.
And then he just kind of let it die on the vine right there.
Right. We found this intriguing.
Yeah, and so here's the deal: is he left the likelihood he could have very much had a fuck buddy or friends with benefits situation was extremely higher, as good as anybody else's.
Absolutely.
But he left too much lag time between banging her the first time and then coming back.
Yeah.
It allowed her, one, to have buyer's remorse.
Yeah.
If they don't hear from you for a few days.
They feel like a slut.
Yeah. And then they feel bad, and they're going to make damn sure you don't get another shot at it.
Yeah.
And two, she might have had a chance to bang a couple of her other guys that she had her eye on. And that usually happens too. So if you want to lock a girl in, normally you have sex with her that first day. You want to have sex with her 3 to 4 times within the next few days. And this this violates our, how often should you see a girl one time per week? But that is after you get her locked in.
Yeah, she has to get locked in first.
Exactly.
And this I think it's an important point to make, that they had sex the night, after the bar or event or whatever, and then again the next morning. But that's still
one.
Counts as one.
Yeah. You have to kind of say what he should have done was, let's say it's a Saturday. He gets her over there on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
Bang, sends her home.
Yeah.
Maybe Monday evening, Tuesday, and then starts pulling back.
Yeah.
You've
got to get her locked in.
Yeah. You need it to become just. Why does it work? I don't know. You know what I mean? But it's that 3 to 4 times, usually within 3 or 4 days, not more than a week. But that first week is what I would say and don't give it 3 days between the first and say you need to get her back in there.
Yeah, I would
fast.
And I would say within the first week,
you need
3 to 4 times, because I think too much on the front end makes it feel instant relationship.
Exactly.
And so then as you start to pull back, she's
going,
much
of a shock.
She's going, what did I do? We were seeing each other every day.
Yeah.
So I think, bang, bang, and then maybe the next day being like, man, my balls are going to explode. Let's get together, and then maybe 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
And then maybe 2 or 3 days,
exactly.
4 days.
She's locked in at that point.
Yeah, get her locked in, but then kind of start spacing it out.
And quite often, again, this is when if you've done everything right, she'll start chasing you.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry too much about, pursuing her. The tables turn when you have sex with a girl. You kind of have to be in the making things happen mode, and pretty soon, you bang her 3 or 4 times, and then say take her out. But pretty soon she's like, "Hey, I could come over."
Yeah.
They'll make it. That's when they start making it real easy for you.
They start offering to come over and make dinner.
Yeah.
They start, they talk about craving you. They send you a sexy selfie, without you asking for it or suggesting it.
And the change in attitude is almost such a 180. Once you've been doing this for a while, and we're talking years of being able to watch girls kind of change their personality, is after that, after you have sex with them, literally the whole momentum starts to change in the relationship. Very rarely. Now, if they're if they have like a boyfriend in the background or another guy that they're super serious about pursuing, she may not be that gung-ho with you. She'll still hook up with you, but she won't pursue you hard. She's spending that time after another guy.
But if she's truly dating someone else, I think she'll make that clear a lot of times.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times, she'll, in one way or another, kind of be relatively overt about it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, if you fall under the fun guys, but also she may be feeling you out for boyfriend material in this period. So, a lot of it's up to the situation.
Yeah.
You have to kind of like read it. But you'll definitely 99% of the time see a difference in her attitude and in the momentum of the interactions.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just more pliable.
But also, this happens by accident for guys who kind of do the several meetups within the first week or so, and so then she gets locked in, and then I think that a lot of times, just like we've talked about, once you kind of learn game and you learn the tactics and you've been in this circle long enough and you kind of start picking things apart, you go, holy shit, I did that once and I remember how that worked. Or
it worked. Yeah,
I've seen this in a girl before, or I've seen this quality or quirk.
It is one of those things when people don't believe, I mean, you have to understand, most men don't believe game actually works or that it even exists.
Yeah.
They don't believe that there's a formula and that there's certain steps you can take. And girls who have had it ran on them will deny it. And that's fine. But the only thing you have to do to kind of like confirm is, one, I always, present to guys that are skeptical, just test it out. You got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
You're not going to lose anything.
Yeah.
But if you look back in your lifetime, you go, yeah, man, I really was kissing that girl's ass when she kind of like dumped me out of nowhere.
Yes.
You start going, oh, yeah. And you start really discerning your past relationships and past actions. You're like, well, that makes sense.
Yeah. No wonder that flopped.
It's nuts. But this is one of those things that, unless somebody tells you or you stumble on it yourself and you probably won't even recognize, how to get a girl locked in sexually, you got to do that 3 to 4 times that first week. You got to let that sex become regular.
Yeah.
You can't leave like a big lag time between the first and the second.
No.
Because there probably won't be a second.
But a lot of guys will do exactly what this guy who was in your DMs did.
Yeah.
And, they have a hookup and they almost think, well, that's all there is to it, or
I did it,
hit that,
Yeah,
but then
yeah.
it's like, well, shit, I could have had more regular sex with her.
Exactly.
And he could have.
A lot of guys, they want to build a rotation of like 3 or 4 girls.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. But think about it this way too. If this is a girl that you liked her enough to bang her, and you thought she might have potential as a girlfriend, you still want to lock her in.
Yeah.
You don't want to be chasing her all over the place.
No.
And I think that may be one of the mistakes that guys make, is they have sex with her, and then they're like, hey, she's a pretty quality girl. But she's like already like, she's a quality girl, so she's being asked out by other men.
Yeah.
She's out, she's with her sorority, she's doing this or that, instead of like swinging by your place after she's done with all this and getting hammered.
Yeah.
And then you send her home satisfied, and then she comes back the next night. And then it just becomes where she goes when she, on Wednesday night.
Yeah.
To have her needs met, in a way. So, no matter where you put a girl on the spectrum, if you want to keep her in the sexual rotation, you need to do this thing 3 or 4 times, within 6 or 7 days.
Yeah.
High frequency, and then you can start kind of like pulling back a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's how it works.
And I will point out that sometimes in putting a new girl in your rotation, let's say, if that's what you're doing or if that's your goal, that may sometimes overlap with another girl who's already in your rotation who, well, she usually comes over on Tuesdays. So how am I going to get this new girl in on Tuesday? Sometimes you're going to have a double header.
Yeah.
And you're going to just have to learn how to kind of figure it out and maneuver through this.
And it's just like, I mean, and I think it really comes with time because it's like when you're dating a lot, you know, if you tell somebody, yeah, I had 2 dates today, they look at you like you've lost your fucking mind. But after a while, you go, I've only got this 1 day to go out.
Yeah.
So I'm going to meet one at 5 or 6, and I'm going to plan on the other one at 7 or 8. You know, I mean, then you just like go fast.
Yeah.
You know, just depending on your system. But yeah, you end up doing stuff that most people, it doesn't cross their mind.
Yeah.
Which is also why they're floundering.
Oh, exactly.
You know, and you're kind of like juggling women.
And I think that juggling women is smart, whether you are actually trying to build like a harem or a rotation, or if you truly are looking for someone to have a girlfriend or in kind of wife search mode, because it still is better to run the numbers than to do one at a time.
It'll take you forever.
You know, it's so much easier to kind of pick out girls' qualities when you're actionably comparing them to other girls as well.
Yeah, and here's the thing, like MPB, you probably doesn't realize this too. On our side, you know, when you're having sex with a number of different girls, you're relaxed. You kind of exude this satisfied demeanor.
Yeah.
Girls can pick that up off of you. It makes you more attractive.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll always say, you know, I never date guys that are fucking other. They have no idea. They don't know why they're attracted to you. You know, these are all, you can ignore all that. You know, when women want, the only thing women know is they want something that other people want. You know, and if they pick that up, that other women find you attractive and sleep with, you know, they're like, fuck it, maybe there's something about this guy.
Yeah,
you know,
it's true.
They're not going to go out on a limb and be the first to go. You know, so that's also why, even if you're looking for something serious, it doesn't hurt to have that running, because you're going to have to go through a lot of it's the anomaly that goes out with the first girl or guy.
Right.
You're most likely going to go through a lot of people.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly. It's just better. It's more efficient to do it this way.
It really is.
And to maximize your time and the girls.
Yeah.
And have a good time doing it.
A good time, good doing it. That's right. So we hope you guys have a good day. Take something away from this.